one who was very active in school, who just recently graduated from middle school and who was headed and had a prosperous future in high school and even to play football. And Mom reached out to us and just simply asked us if we can get her voice out there. She wants to be heard. She wants the perpetrators to come to be brought to justice.
Before I say anything, I'd like to say all praise and glory be to God. This is not a press conference I think anybody is actually happy to be at, nor is this the type of gathering that we should expect to be at consistently. I'm a father, I have kids, and I can only imagine the pain that parents are going through right now. Like no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We're like that as a community to understand that each life is valuable, right? So if it's not my child, that child is murdered, interconnected. And it's time that we start understanding. We can't sit back and be silent. If anybody say anything, we're asking you to talk. No ifs, ands, or buts, because this could be you sitting at a press conference like this with your loved one being murdered and nobody seen and took care. Most of the murders that happen in the inner city or in the city don't go unrecognized. They just go unjustified, right? We have no justice. So again, we're asking people to come out. And again, I'm not happy to be here as the next council member. We'll be working to address murder organically, but we need a community to step up. We need a community to understand that each one of our lives is independent upon ourselves, and we're not independent apparatus at all. What affects them affects me. Seeing them come in, I look down at my children, and I can imagine me being here, and I would feel hopeless if nobody was willing to have enough courage to talk about what they said.
And then we have Chester Hill here, who just recently lost his granddaughter, Rihanna Hill, tragically 17 years old in the park. No one has still come forward with any information regarding this incident as well. Brother Chester?
Yes, I just like to say, I'm here to support these other families. Each one of us have lost a very young individual that had the experience of life. And the thing I like to say is community. We have to solve this ourselves. We need to stop waiting for the government or the state to help us. We need to take care of our own community and get these kids off the street, get them educated, places to go, and educate the parents also. But the main thing is, it's a struggle with everything. But what people have to understand, if you don't put an effort behind it, nothing's going to happen. Everything will stay the same. It's not about money. It's not about pride. This is like when I was growing up. Everybody in the community had to come out of their house, go down the street, and say, hey, this is not going to happen out here. You can have the same neighborhood that you have on the west side. Walking the dog in the park, running around the block at 7, 8 o'clock at night. But right now, I think our law enforcement needs a lot of help here. We need to support them also. If you see something, you need to say something. Don't wait till something happens when your children and you want to holler and scream. What this thing is, we need to prevent this, because right now, in the last month and a half, we've just had too many senseless killings of our young people. And it has to stop. And if we don't do nothing, it's going to stay the same.
And I want to piggyback, because we were at this table here today. Corey Network was here, Frank was here, and it was maybe 3-4 months ago when we were sitting here, and I'm here, and the same thing happened. When Mama showed up today, she said, you preach my mom's feeling, and it's like I'm preaching so many feelings that are coming together. And one thing that I want to speak about and say to the community more importantly is that I come from the streets. A lot of us at this table, we come from the streets. We know the streets rules, the don't snitch, don't tell rules. But those rules apply when you kill other people that are in the streets. We're forgetting about the streets rules that said don't kill children. Do not kill women. Leave family out of it. And so when you break those rules, then the no snitch rules goes out the door. Now, if you want to kill each other, that's upon y'all. But when you put children, women, and people's families involved, especially 17 and 14 years old, that the rules are out the door. And so I don't care. Snitch, call it what you want to call it. Be a big snitch, because when they broke the rules and when you kill people's children, we all have children here. When you kill people's children, the rules are out the door. So I want to encourage everybody that's my age and younger that's living by the street code, where the street code also says no women, no children, no family. Get who you're supposed to get and leave it at that. And so once that rule is broken, then that also broke the rule of no snitching.
Where was your mind at? Where was your mind at? Me and my wife, we just do the American dream. We just work it and keep our kids around us every day. And you just grow your kids how you supposed to grow your kids. You don't expect to see nothing like this. You don't prepare yourself to feel like this or see nothing like this. Just empty.
As someone that's been going through this for 6 years now, which is where our Corey's network started, was from our son being murdered. I was talking to someone earlier. Corey had a future. He was going to be a computer scientist or a teacher. We need to look at Damien and Rihanna as, what could they have been? What could they have grown up to be? They could have been president. They could have been the head of a university. They could have been a writer or actor or anything else. And when we don't stand up against this type of crime and stop it, because the real truth is there's more good people in Kansas City than there are bad people. And the good people are sitting on their butts and they're not heeding the call. Because change comes from those that are uncomfortable. And I know you can stand there and you can watch this press conference and you can talk to people and say, oh, that's so sad, and then go in and make your hamburger helper and forget it. We can't. And you need to be able to stand up with the other people in our community and understand these children were children. My 22-year-old son was my child. He's not just a number. I was handed these statistics a little while ago, and I look at them and it seems so confusing to me, not because I don't understand the statistics, but because I know every name of the people we've helped buried. I've held hands like this mama's hand. I've prayed in people's ears more times than I need to. And if I can do it, a 52-year-old woman and her husband, if we can do it, by God, the good people of Kansas City can change this.
And I just he had somebody call and actually we invited him down here to the office not even 3 days ago, and he just asked us the question on why do we allow families to hold press conference down at a funeral home. And the reason being, down here at Golden Gate, we have an open door policy. We're not just here to just have a funeral and just throw you away, but anytime a family reaches out to us and they need us, we're going to be here no matter what the cause is. We're going to be here for them. And when I talked to mom and dad, and then when the mom reiterated to me what they were crying out for, it prompted me to reach out to Corey's network and reach out to State Representative Brandon Ellington, and those are the ones who came immediately to my rescue. And then we also have Brother Charles Johnson here, my brother's keeper. We have people here who are actually genuinely concerned about what's going on, but they can only do so much. Like everyone said at the table, it takes the community to stand up. If you have someone in the house who's cooking dinner and then shots ring out and you're up and shot dead and you come outside and find them there, I'm pretty sure neighbors and friends and somebody's seen something. So we're just asking the community to speak up, speak out, tell what you've seen. If you don't want to contact the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department, State Representative Brandon Ellington, he's on Facebook, he's on Twitter, he's on any kind of social media. He'll pull up on you where he can talk to you one-on-one. You have Charles Johnson, who's here, my brother's keeper. He talked to him. You can let him know what happened. He's willing to report it for you. You got Pastor Tim Hayes, he's here. You got Corey's Network. You got Damien Piggy. There's people here who's willing to help you guys out. You just have to talk to us. Let us know what's going on. We only know so much.
The main thing that I can really say is baby didn't deserve it. No. My baby just graduated 2 weeks ago. All my son wanted to do was play sports. That was his passion. That's all he knew. That's all he knew. My son was doing his chores where his life was taken. Part of a daily activity. That's something that you do daily. If we can't even do our chores at home, what kind of world am I living in? I don't know. I don't know. I'm being honest. I don't. I'm trying to keep faith, but it's so hard. Jesus up in heaven knows it's hard. It's hard. But when you go through a situation like this, it makes you question your faith. It does. You have no choice. Especially when you know that you serve God. You know, you honor him. You do everything that he asks you to do. And you also train your kids the same way. Just Mother's Day, my son was reciting what the pastor was saying to my kids. And that touched me. Jesus, have mercy. It touched me. Because it showed me what type of individual that I was raising. I miss my son. I miss my son. That's my baby. That's my first baby. That's my first. Me and my first child went through the struggle with my husband. We all was all we had, us three. That's all. But when God brought us through it, we blew up. We was all he knew. That's all he knows, Mama and Daddy. That's all he knows. All he knows is I gotta keep my grades up for Mama and Daddy to buy me a pair of Jordans. That's all my baby knows. I really wish that I could get my baby back. No, I do. I do. I want him back bad. Words can't. God. These words I'm speaking to y'all won't bring him back though. You know, it won't. But what it will do, hopefully, and get to the right ear, and somebody speak up for my baby. Imagine if it was your child, you know? Put your child in my child's position. You would want someone to speak up for your child. Please, please, I will give anything, anything.
One of the things that we get tired of as parents of murdered children or anyone who's suffered a murder is when people say, how will you get closure? We're not asking for closure because there will never be closure. She will be Damien's mom for the rest of her life. She didn't choose to be his mom until he died. She chose to be his mom until she died. And same with his dad. And the issue is, we will never get closure. We can only hope for justice. And justice will only come if someone stands up. If you don't stand up, then you're part of the problem. You're just as guilty as a murderer. You're just as guilty as a murderer because you didn't say something. You can't stand by it and let this kind of stuff happen. Corey's Network has helped to pay for 191 funerals in the last 5 years. And like I said, I remember every name. I may not have ever met all of the families, but I remember every name. And until you've got that many names echoing in your head, echoing in Frank's head, echoing in Brandon's head, until you have that many names echoing in your head, you're not going to be uncomfortable. So we're going to keep doing this over and over again if we have to, until somebody out there listens and realizes it's going to take the good people of Kansas City to throw over the bad people. We cannot allow the bad people to run Kansas City. We have.
Imagine seeing your innocent child with bullet wounds. You try to save him as much as possible as you can. One in his eye, two in his chest. It is seeing him fight much more when he heard my voice. Then you see your son going slowly and you just kissing him. The minute that you can't take away.
I just want to reiterate one more time. Look at the pain at this table. Right? This is community induced. We need a community to speak out. We have to stop this. That's all I want to say.
And this is becoming too common, man, and it's no longer, it's not just happening in the African American community. We just had a 17-year-old Caucasian lady found dead over in Kansas City, Kansas. Went missing 2 days ago, and they found her body dumped on the ground as if she was trash. This is a human being that we're talking about here, and I just really feel for these families. I really feel for these families because each one of these children had a bright future ahead of them. Here you have Brianna Hill, who loved dancing. Grandfather had her in every sport that you could possibly think of. Out having a good time at the park. And here you have a coward that wants to come behind bushes and shoot. I believe that's a coward. Anybody who shoots and hide behind something where they can't be seen, I believe that's a coward. Here you have a young child doing his chores, something that his parents and grandparents installed in him to do. And someone comes by and shoots, that's a coward. Anybody who speaks up and don't open up their mouth about what happened is a coward. My honest opinion.
Martin Luther King would say, our lives begin the day we become silent about things that matter. And some of our lives are ending slowly because we have become silent about things that matter. We have to speak up, Kansas City. It's the show the state. We have to.
I want to mention, as you all know, the Kansas City text line is now offering for any murders that happen in Kansas City a $25,000 reward. In Damien's case, your family is offering a $100,000 reward, and that is for the capture and, of course, conviction of this person. So if any of the information you
gotta
get,
bring the award up higher just so somebody can talk up faster.
and it is, we shouldn't have to pay for the justice for our children. But if that's the thing that's going to get you to talk, because maybe $100,000 or $25,000 will be enough so that you can move out of the city after you've told on somebody, then by God, do it.
Please.
If that's what it takes, do it. And move. It's as simple as that. Get some of these killers off the street, because they'll kill again and again and again because nobody's stopping them.
We have to step up, Kansas City. It's unacceptable. We have a moral obligation as men to step up to our community. It's our job. Ain't nothing wrong with telling. I ain't called it snitching. Telling. You take the word snitch out of it. I'm telling, I was a witness to this crime. I was a witness.
With as much respect as possible. We have a couple of us who have to go do 4 o'clock live shots, and we want to get this message out as quickly as possible. So, I am so sorry, so sorry for your loss. If we have some questions after that, would you mind if we come back and ask you and talk to you?
No, we're fine.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to say that as respectfully as possible, and thank you to all of you.